Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is dejilambo, popularly called Oga Journalist. Within July 3rd and July 6th, 2025, we released a video story involving two aggrieved parties, Mr. John Nnanyelugo and Mrs. Adaize Ukwoma. Both of them complained bitterly about the challenges they've been experiencing in the hands of a travel agency based in Abuja known as Sofato Travels and Tours Limited. This travel agency is owned by Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, who also has a company manager known as Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed. So according to the aggrieved parties, they were introduced to Sofato Travels and Tours Limited by a former colleague of Sofato Travels and Tours Limited known as Mr. Michael Wangpa. So from what we gathered from the two aggrieved parties, they said that they contracted Sofato Travels and Tours Limited to help them process a work visa to Ireland, and they paid 13 million naira to Sofato Travels and Tours Limited. And when the travel agency commenced the work, they end up getting them a job offer and a work permit. But basically, because the company, before they delivered on the job offer and work permits, they were defaulting in the time that is specified for delivery, and it really raised some level of suspicion, coupled with the fact that the work permits, according to the clients, according to the customers, uh, the work permit had, some parts shaded, which contained crucial information that they could have used to authenticate the work permit. So, in a bid to ascertain the veracity of the claims as stipulated in the work permit, what actually happened was that the one of the aggrieved parties, that is Mr. John Nnanyelugo, had a UK visa and he traveled to the UK. And from there, he also visited Ireland, where he went to the company, presented the documents that Sofato Travels and Tours Limited provided to him, because the documents, the work permit was done in the name of Mr. John Nnanyelugo's wife. So he presented to the documents to the company, and according to him, a representative of the company that attended to him informed him that after conducting a background check from their own hand, uh, no job offer was granted to his wife or any member of his family. So this disappointment actually followed Mr. Nnanyelugo's position of, demanding for a refund from Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, who, gave different dates and time for them to commence the process for a refund, and till date, Mr. Nnanyelugo and Mrs. Adaize said they are yet to get the money back. So this has been, creating a lot of scuffles. They've been betrayed, they are aggrieved, and when Sofato Travels and Tours Limited had been defaulting, they didn't get their visa. They are alleging that the documents, the job offer, the work permit presented happens to be forged. So they are looking for their money. And in a bid for them to, expose the criminal actions allegedly perpetrated by Sofato Travels and Tours Limited, represented by its owner, Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, and Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed, the company manager, alongside the former colleague who actually connected them to Sofato Travels and Tours Limited, that's Mr. Michael Wangpa. So they reached out to Oga Journalist, and when they contacted us, what we actually made them to understand was that no matter the credibility in their story, no matter the evidence that they have to back up their claims, the modus operandi that guides our affairs is the fact that we usually prioritize balanced reporting. So we spoke with them and they agreed, and we did an interview with Mr. Nnanyelugo, who said he was introduced to Sofato by his primary agent, Mrs. Adaize, He interviewed Mr. Daize, and she also gave an account and mentioned that Mr. Michael Wampa introduced her to Sofato Travels and Tours Limited, and we spoke to Mr. Michael Wampa. And after we did this, we also spoke and went ahead to start seeking for the reaction of Sofato Travels and Tours Limited to the story. Our intention was to get either the CEO of Sofato Travels and Tours Limited in person of Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha to give comments to the story, or a manager in the company, just for us to give balance into the story. So, just like every other person that have been reaching out to us for stories, we usually make them understand that whenever we are doing story, we will strive every possible best to, contact the accused party. So the worst case scenario would be that if we contact you and you choose not to respond, we will document all our efforts via the text messages we sent on WhatsApp, on the normal text messages, email correspondence, among other crucial information to actually verify the claims that we actually made attempts to reach out to you, but you chose not to respond. So I'm saying this just to make you all understand that it is not enough for people to come and tell us about stories. We will strive every possible means to reach out to you, and if we reach out to you, it is in your best interest to actually respond. And should you choose not to respond, it won't stop the story, because our efforts will be documented, presented in the story, and that is enough to actually convince anybody that we actually made attempts to reach out to you without, choosing or taking sides. So back to the story of Mr. Nnanyelugo. When we made attempts to contact Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, calls on normal line didn't go through. So we started calling her on WhatsApp, and when we called, it rang, she didn't call back. So we got the number of the company manager, Mr. Ibrahim Mohammed, and we called him as well. And during the telephone conversation on WhatsApp, we introduced ourselves as a journalistic institution, doing a video story regarding the allegations leveled by the two aggrieved parties, allegations of fake documents presented, allegations of the fact that they paid them 13 million naira and they are yet to get a valid visa or their money back close to 2 years that they commenced the business transaction. So we told them that we'll be doing a story and we want to balance the story. That is why we are reaching out to me as the manager of Sofato Travels and Tours Limited, owned by Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, so that the story can be balanced when presented to the public. And on the strength of that information, he gave his own accounts based on his own understanding of what had transpired, and he also acknowledged that he was aware that the company actually wrote letters to Mr. John Nnanyelugo, and just for him to understand that they're already working on, paying the money back. And this, look at some of the letters, you see his name boldly written there, signed and all those things. And till date, they didn't get anything. So he gave his own comments. We asked follow-up questions. He also responded. And in the video story that was released, the views of all parties concerned were included in the story. Now, after the story was published, what happened? Mr. Mohammed started reaching out to us, pleading and begging that the story is having a blowback effect on the brand of Sofato Travels and Tours Limited, and started saying that they want us to pull down the story. And we said we can't compromise our stand, we can't compromise our integrity, we can't accede to their demands at the expense of those who have legitimate claims, those who have actually paid you to deliver on a service and you never delivered. So when he could not get me to come around, what he did was he did another call. When he put that call through to me, and before he put that call, I made him understand that all the promises he was making, it's preferable for him to put it into writing, because as of that time, he had yet to contact Mr. John Nnanyelugo, nor Mrs. Daisy. So they were just trying to get me to their own corner, and realistically, I can compromise my stand, and my stand with the truth is unshaken. So he called another time, pleaded again, we should pull the story down, and we said we can't pull the story down because you are yet to even reach out to the parties concerned to at least commence discussions with them. You're just telling me, giving me false promises, the same way you have been giving these particular clients, and they said that you didn't pull through with your promises. So in the end, what happened was that Mr. Mohammed put a call through to me again, and this time around we had a three-way call involving Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha, and Hajia Meriam was pleading, begging, and stating categorically that this story is having a blowback effect on the brand, and the fact that she had been receiving series of calls from a lot of people concerning the story, and gave assurances that she's commencing the work to ensure that the clients get their money back. So I told her that we can't compromise our stand, we can't compromise our integrity, we can't, pull down the story at the expense of those who have legitimate claims. That is so painful that you people had yet to even actually call these people, to reach out to them, to hear their, side, and also, make frantic efforts to ensure that they get their money back. You're just calling me to pull the story down. That you are concerned about your brand, you are not concerned about their lives, how you ruined their plans, how you gave them false hope that they had already, um, made their life plans all about, and at the end of the day, you just snatched it away from them. We are not taking sides. We've presented the facts out there for the public, and we believe the story is balanced as much as possible. But in the end, I think the conclusion during the three-way call was reach out to these people, discuss, and from there we'll pick it up. So now, later on, I called Mr. Nnanyelugo, and he said when they called him, what the representative that called him, I didn't know if it is Alaja, or if it is Hajia, or if it is Mr. Mohammed, but the assurances they gave that last Friday they'll pay, I think, part of the money, and this week they'll also pay the money till they end up offsetting the whole bills, the whole money. Now, that same Friday, when Mr. Nnanyelugo was expecting to get a credit alert, what we received was a pre-action notice from a law firm representing Hajia Meriam Abiola Mohmustapha. Now, the pre-action notice was that we actually defamed her as a result of the publication that was made, a video story that is online, and they demanded that we pull down the story, we write a written apology, among other things specified in the report. You know how lawyer used to do, and they said, should we choose not to abide by these terms, they will be charging us to court. So this is our stand. We are not pulling down any story. We are standing by our story. We have ensured the principle of balanced reporting. We have reflected the angles of parties concerned, and we are viewing attempts by Sofato to use lawyers to actually suppress the truth as a means to not be accountable to the allegations as leveled by the aggrieved parties. So it is our understanding that there are a whole lot of travel agents and travel agencies out there that have capitalized on the desperation of Nigerians who have parted with their life savings to seek greener pastures abroad. We understand that a lot of you have made a lot of money, and you have money to throw around to pursue baseless claims in courts. I'm saying baseless because there's no story or video story that we put out there that we don't have credible and concrete evidence to back up our claims. So If you have made these steps, we are ready to meet you in court. If you have sat down, assessed the video, and realized that we, referenced all parties concerned in the story, and you didn't deny the fact that you collected 13 million naira from these people, and you didn't dispute the fact that you have been defaulting in the terms of payment, and you also acknowledged and also wrote a letter that you are ready to commence the process for a refund, and among other claims as stipulated in the letter you got your lawyer to write with all the assurances you gave, the conversations we had on the phone whereby you pleading and desperately in search for us to, accede to your demand of pulling down the video story and also pleading that you are ready to do the needful by recording the clients. If you have gone through all this and you think the best option is to settle the case in court, you feel you have a high conviction to go through that route, our response is that we are ready and we are ready to follow this to the last. We will not back down, and this is not the end of the story that you'll be hearing from Oga Journalist regarding Sofato Travels and Tours Limited. So I'm using this medium to thank our followers, those who have been liking and engaging and commenting on our stories. Thank you very much. You are the ones that have been pushing us, and upon the supports and strength that you've been giving us, we have been using that as our backbone to continue to serve you more and to continue to get justice for people and aggrieved parties who are out there who have legitimate claims. So thank you very much once again, and please, you can also follow our backup page at deji_lambo. So we're expecting to hear from you and expect more updates. Thank you very much. God bless you all.